Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever GunPla Tavern. I'm your bartender, Morji Iberish, and today we'll be talking about the 00 Gundam 7 Sword G 1144 scale. And yeah, I have a lot of things to say about this GunPla. I mean, first off, the box. Now that box screams, "Buy me because I'm awesome." Yeah, well, I saw this online, and yeah, it says 7 Sword G. It made me curious. I bought the GunPla, assembled it, and yeah, more curiosity came along the way. Pardon me if I'm ignorant or about the 00 Gundam universe. Well, yeah, it's because I only watched the anime, first and second season, not the remastered version. I watched the first edition of 00 Gundam. And yeah, in the instruction, when you're assembling this GunPla, it says side story. So, did this mobile suit came about after the series, or huh? I'm just asking. If this was after the showdown with the innovators, after Ribbon's Allmark was defeated by Setsuna XA. Oh well, maybe some people there in the comment section will let me know. But today, let's talk about this GunPla. Surprising, this dude can stand on its own. I don't even have to use a stand, but if you want some dynamic poses, I recommend having a stand. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. Anyways, let's get down to the weapons and accessories of this GunPla. First off, the GN Sword Blaster. Basically, this is one of the ranged weapons of the 007 Sword G. Can turn into a gun, at the same time can turn into a sword. And seriously, this weapon is awesome, but yeah, it has two other ranged weapons in its hip skirts. But for now, let's talk about this GN Sword Blaster. Now I have it in sword mode. Let's just attach it here in the arm. Oops. Yeah, it's drooping a bit because of the weight of the sword, the GN Sword Blaster. But that's the sword mode, the GN Sword Blaster. It's okay, but I think the gun mode of this GN Sword Blaster is better. Let's transform it now. And yeah. Oh wait, I have to attach it first. Like this. And yeah, it pegs into this peg hole under the arm. And here we have the GN Sword Blaster in its gun mode. It's basically the 007 Sword G's ranged weapon. But here's an awesome thing about this weapon. It has this, this. Basically, it can be held like this, The other sword is getting in the way. Let me just... And voila. The 007 Sword G looks awesome when it's holding the GN Sword Blaster that way. You got to agree, right? It's actually looks mean, and it's ready to shoot some ALO scum out there. On to the next weapon. Okay, now let's get on to the GN Longsword. Now, funny enough, this is one of the range weapons of the 007 Sword G. And just like the GN Sword Blaster, it has a melee mode. Yeah, the sword mode. Over here, which can be attached to this arm. Like so. And then, just like the Sword Blaster, it also has a range mode. Yeah, let me and here's the thing, it also has this handle on the side. So that's 2. Range weapon that has this. Yeah, it's hard to attach. Yeah, let's just go with this one. So overall, it's just like the GN Sword Blaster, but I'm guessing it's less powerful than the GN Sword Blaster. But as a melee weapon, it can be used as a stabbing weapon. It has this pointy thing. Anyways, let's get on to the next weapon. Over here, we have the GN Short Sword, and it's in sword mode. Yeah, and if you have the long sword in the right arm, this belongs to the left arm, like this. And the thing is, it came with this wire thingy. I mean, it has this pardon me if I don't do this right on screen, but it basically has this extendable wire mode thingy here, so you can see it. So yeah, that's range melee of the sword mode of the GN Short Sword. And the funny thing is, just like the Sword Blaster and the Long Sword, the GN Long Sword, it has a gun mode. Yeah, I don't know why this needs to have a gun mode. I mean, does it? It already has like this and this. Oh yeah, I have to so this is the gun mode of the GN sword mode. Yeah, it's not that secure and it flops. The longsword has that problem as well, but at least it can be held by 2 hands. Anyway, on to the 2 other melee weapons. And here we have the 007 Sword G equipped with the GN Katars. I mean, if Setsuna wants a fist fight blade thingy in his arms, this is it. Any ALOS who gets close are gonna get stabbed by these. Anyways, that's just about what I have to say about the GN Katar. On to the big bad sword. And over here, we have the 007 Sword G holding the GN Buster Sword. Yeah, if there's a Buster Rifle, there's the Buster Sword. Everything that's Buster is suddenly becoming bigger, right? Anyways, what do I have to say about this sword? Well, if the swords on Gundam Seed are ridiculously big and long, but of course they have the purpose of cutting ships. That's why they're anti-ship sword. Well, I think this GN Buster Sword puts those swords to shame. And another thing about this GN Buster Sword, as you can see in the box, The 7 Sword G has this handle here. Yeah, that's what happens because of the tremendous weight of this Buster Sword. But I'm gonna assume that this is the shield mode of the GN Buster Sword. I mean, the Sword Blaster is the range weapon, so I guess this counts as the shield, you know, for blocking range attacks. I mean, it's intimidating, and yeah, I think you can also use this as a stabbing weapon. Anyways, on to the two more swords that the 007 Sword G has. And over here we have the 007 Sword G using the GN beam sabers, you know, from its back skirt here. Can we call them butt sabers? I mean, he does take it from his butt skirt anyways. So yeah, usually this is another one of those melee weapons that Setsuna is going to use when all of his swords have been dealt with. I mean, he still has those butt sabers. Anyways, that's the 7 Sword G, and yeah, you can put this in a lot of dynamic poses. Also, there's this other accessory, this open hand. It's in the left arm, and yeah, that's about it. And yeah, now that the weapons have been shown, time for articulation. Yeah, head is on a ball joint, arms, and move like that. Now the GN drive is gonna get in the way. Wrist rotation. We have, can do the high kick. Well, not really high kick. And there's the high swivel, knee bend, double jointed knee, and waist rotation. Heck, here you can even move the GN drive to your heart's desire. Also, I have to show something from, well, the 007 Sword G's behind. Yeah, I saw this on online shops where they're selling O-risers. There's a peg hole here, and yeah, if you have the O-riser, you can basically turn this into the double O-riser. You'll just have to get rid of the other swords there. But for now, I like the 7 Sword G. So, what do I think of the 00 Gundam 7 Sword G? Well, it's an amazing gunpla to have. I mean, it's basically a walking accessory. I mean, the amount of swords this guy has. And not to mention the other amount of accessories this gunpla has. I mean, this and this. So it's your money's worth. If you're collecting gunplas, then you better pour some cash collecting this guy. I mean, yeah, this 007 Sword G isn't that expensive. I mean, I bought this for what? I think it was around $24. I'm gonna translate it to US dollars, and shipping was around what? $1. Okay, if you're asking me why is the shipping so low on the pay, or you know, $1. Well, yeah, I bought this online, but I didn't buy this at Amazon or any of the other online store. I basically bought this locally online from where I'm from. Anyways, this is your bartender more gibberish. And last thing I'm gonna say is, if you're gonna assemble a model kit, a gunpla, please don't get drunk, because you might end up cutting yourself with those, those runners. No, not the runners, but the thing that you use to cut those runners. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and keep on collecting gunpla.